my name is Piers Ridyard. I am the CEO of RDX Works, a core developer of the Layer 1 protocol Radix. And today I have with you Vlad from Foton. Photon is a NFT marketplace and so much more that is building on top of the Radix ledger. So Vlad, can you take it away and explain a bit about what Photon is?
Yeah, hello. So hi, I'm Vlad. I'm one of the two co-founders of Foton. Foton is an NFTs marketplace that is trying to make the process of creating NFTs as easier as possible, while mixing some community building features similar to Discord. So if you think about it, it's a mix of OpenSea and Discord in a nutshell.
Okay, a mix of OpenSea and Discord. Those are big platforms on their own, but you're doing both at the same time.
We are doing both because we think it's essential that creators can keep their audiences in the same place so that the whole experience is more smooth and seamless.
Right. And so what was it that made you decide to build an NFT marketplace in the first place? What was the problems that you saw?
Well, my background, it's a couple of years ago, I had a startup which was operating in e-commerce. So basically that's where it came, this kind of trading approach with NFTs. We saw some improvements for NFTs in terms of kind of supply chain and all these kind of things. So in the beginning, right now we try to focus only on the digital assets like NFTs and expand them to gaming and later down the road to physical items on the blockchain.
Okay, and like obviously your background also includes a lot of UX UI design.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say your design philosophy is, and why do you think design is important in the space of NFTs?
Yeah, so there's a general, let's say, philosophy about design coming, I don't know, back from Bauhaus and kind of all these the German schools of design. And there are some good principles of design kind of that can be applied also in a kind of crypto sphere, let's say. But in terms of NFTs, I think right now there's a lot of barriers for newcomers to adopt NFTs and implement them to new fields. If you have, I don't know, ticketing for events, for example, it's an area where they can be applied easily, but the kind of existing platforms make it really harder, and they use a lot of jargon, and they are splitting this process of kind of ending up with a collection in the end on several services. So that's why we're kind of trying to gather all this process in one place so they don't have to go in several kind of services. And to make it as easier as you would open a Shopify store right now.
Right. So when you were building Photon is now live, right? So what's the domain address?
So the website is photon.is.
Okay.
And we can be found also on Telegram and Twitter, Photon SDK on Twitter, on Telegram, Photon Marketplace.
And what can I do on Photon today? If I'm a creator, what can I do right now?
So we're aiming to have this first version where creators can upload their images and generate collections, basically with ready-made images. The next step would be to unlock this layering of collections where you upload, for example, in an avatar collection, eyes, nose, hair, and so forth, so that you kind of stack them all together and we generate the full collection for you. So you don't have to use any other service.
Interesting. So if I wanted to create something like bored apes or something like that, which has a set of attributes, or radical penguins or scorps or something like that, then I would be able to, as a creator, without any other tools, be able to put up those different attributes to select what rareness I want on them, and then generate that collection.
Yeah. So the typical process is that artists or creators, they work in Photoshop or illustration software. They export the layers as PNGs or SVGs, something like that. We take these images layered, stack them together, and generate the whole collection in one go. So they select close to the checkout, let's say, the rarity of the each layer. So if you want blue eyes to be 8% in the collection, you can do that and customize it up to the latest kind of detail.
Interesting, really interesting. And so when you say it's like OpenSea, obviously we've been talking about creator tools, but OpenSea's big part of that is trading. So will I be able to buy and sell my NFTs on Photon?
So the next step after minting and kind of generating this collection is to put it for trading. We have a dropping page where all these upcoming collections are listed, so users know in advance where the collection will be up for kind of collecting, let's say, and minting. And then the collectors can trade them and kind of exchange all these items on the marketplace.
Right, awesome. And then once you have your collection live and you can trade it, you're also talking about community tools for community management. So what does that look like?
So these community features are basically messaging similar that you have on Discord. You will be able kind of to build some sort of gamification for the whole collection that you're having. So users, based on the number of items they are having in the collection or specific items, get access to specific content. So you can gate content on the platform and give them access based on the assets that they're
So basically
holding.
NFT gated content within communities that are run, where you can also, based on attributes, add extra things.
Based on the attributes of the NFTs, so they will be able to select which NFTs give access to what content, basically. You can think also in a way similar to Patreon, because Patreon right now kind of gives a similar kind of access, but not based on kind of digital assets. They just have a Web 2 version, let's say.
Okay, that's really, really cool. And so what will change when Babylon goes live? What's the difference between what you have now and what will happen when Babylon's live?
Until Babylon, our plan is to onboard as many creators as possible, allow them to kind of play with this creator studio that we have for easy minting NFTs. They can polish their collections, build also a community around their collections, and day one when we will go for Babylon, they can start putting these collections on the ledger basically and mint them, and the trading can start and all the kind of fun can go further.
Awesome. And last question, obviously profile pictures are becoming a bit of a thing. How does the concept of profile pictures permeate in Photon?
So they will be able as well to create these PFPs and avatars, but you will have a profile also on the Photon marketplace where you can collect these tesseracts that we're having. It's a collection of 120k NFTs specific for Photon. So the more you are collecting these during our seasons that we're having, the more you will have a higher status on the platform. You will have access to specific kind of perks, early access to collections and so forth. So we are trying to offer with this collection also let's say demo or a taste of what the platform can be, so that collectors can kind of follow up and mimic this kind of behavior and implement it in their own collections.
Very, very cool. Very cool. So Photon's live. People can go and use it today. You should go and use it today. Congratulations for launching.
Thank you.
And looking forward to more coming out with Photon soon.
Yeah, we're all definitely looking forward. And thank you for having us also in the grants program. It was a nice experience and we learned a lot.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.